Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Zunbil series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel. And we have been expanding fairly progressively. I can't find the right words for it, as I often have trouble with that, but what is certain is that we have expanded up to the northeast into the Pamirs, in which I do have personal control over Badakhshan and Wakan. And as of late, we've been having some issues regarding the timing of things, such as our previous ruler, the great Shah. Well, not so great, to be frank, since he wasn't as prestigious nor as pious as the father, Firuz, grandfather, Firuz, in which he died before his ambition was complete. And then it was up to me, Shah Katana, the Sun Strider, to, finish what my father had started. So friends and foes cross on know me as the Sun Strider. Appropriate nickname for a man of Zunist faith, and do have one of its virtues for Zunis, and that's being brave. But do not get on my bad side, because I do not forgive. Of course, I'm chaste, but I should start having children since we kind of liked each other more now. But there are ways to increase her acceptance a little more, sooner or later. Just keep swaying her to my side. I've noticed already that regarding the vassal limit, you're almost up to the limit, so you better stop messing around with distributed vassals to little areas you don't care about, including those who are still Methodists, which we can't get rid of them by revoking their titles because they have not rebelled yet. Plus, that's tyranny. They haven't done anything wrong. Disfigured and incapable. Basically. I mean, she's in prison now, and she's expected to die in prison unless I get something out of her, but she's craving right now, so she wouldn't join any faction. How much money can I get out of you? 50 gold. Because you are, again, no threat to the establishment. But that one, incapable. And the one after that, content. Maybe they'll start seeing things through my way. One can only hope. So, yeah, you're free to go, because you're no threat to us despite your lowered opinion. And you are terrified, so you're no threat. You know you are an adulterer, which I could imprison you for that. But we don't want to cause no trouble. Especially that the opinion is lowered. Increase the opinion, then we may speak. And there's going to be a lot of speaking today in this episode, because we're going to do a grand tour. Yes, grand tour across the country before we will finally, enact a decision to reclaim the Hephthalite Heartland, which we completed it. All we need is the level of fame to increase to illustrious, and the best way to do that is to go on a majesty tour. And for everyone else who is imprisoned, you are also free to go. Just give me all the wealth, because a lot of that's going to be spent soon. Oh, and another thing. Get me a better caravan master for this, because I don't trust mine. A hawk. No. I got too many pets already. Give me the money. Keep going. 100. Didn't know I had a lot on you. 50. 50. Alright. 4. Average. Alright, Bug. You'll do. I know Westerners would probably pronounce the name as Bag, but in these parts I think it's probably pronounced Bug. He was my steward. Please, the tax collector. We imprisoned you because you were a fornicator. Do that again, and I may revoke your title. That's a threat. And of course, these underlying issues of, you know, that we're taking control of lands that, it's like, yes, it's becoming more Zunist than ever before. Some through migration, the other through conversions. But there is a good portion area that is matured, and we gotta deal with that. You're wondering how. Well, there's gonna be a law change. So different faith opinion goes down, clergy opinion out. Allows conversions of minority faiths. Costs a little bit. So now other faiths are unwelcomed. I will not tolerate, you know, any faiths that are considered hostile or evil to us. But I will tolerate Buddhists, Hindus, and maybe Zoroastrians. Especially in lands that I have control over. There's a small Zunist minority, so we should promote that. You may do so. But I do not intend to spread the Turco-Hephthalite culture over there. Despite the fact that this was once part of the Hephthalite Heartland. As well as Tokaris live there, which they're kind of like our cousins or something. On your way back. That reminds me. Majesty tour. He's not yet returned. It's gonna take him a while to get back to Chaganian. Once he returns, start the Grand Tour. Since other faiths are unwelcome, that also means I can do expel religious minority. And you can only do that every 10 years. That's why I convert there first. My rabbit named Newt. Pay 10. He's made it back safely, I guess. Alright. One sec. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 vassals to visit. Control, control, dinner, culture. Yeah, that would make sense because we're trying to please the Sogdians more. And up there, yeah, definitely control. I don't know about the about all this, but I think rather have a dinner to increase his opinion further, because I want all of them on my side. Get mercenary guards and the Silk Road merchants makes it less dangerous to cross certain places. The only dangerous place is this desert out there, and and some of the more dangerous areas up in the mountains. And in the past, I've visited Angier and Bamiyan. That was when I was prince. Damashan's done that. I would take a little detour to go to Herat to visit the Citadel of Alexander. And after Chaganian, pay a little visit to the Sang ancient mine. And then after Shugnan, before going back home, pay a little visit to the ruby mining settlement there. And then be on our way back. Well, actually, go through this way. This way is much safer. This is going to be a long tour. I mean, it's winter already, but at least we're going down areas where it's not winter. So it'll be spring, summer up there. So, who knows? They want justice, I'll give them justice. Excessive furniture and a grand entourage. Be willing to spend this a large amount of money for this, just for a lot of fame gain for this Majesty tour. Bringing everyone over here. People from all walks of life will come with me, including the guests. So this is definitely going to take up much of this episode, because I'm traveling across the realm and then back, in which there shouldn't be any internal instability, because we have dealt with all that, and we're trying to be at peace here while we recover. Took a drink, let's go. Captain Bazam, the stupid man of the Immortals. And this other one that's coming with us is this Tibetan renowned Silk Road merchant, who has been well traveled himself, so I guess he must have been a caravan master in the past, or someone else. Let's go. The time has come to depart from my grand tour of Kabbalistan. My court's packed, ready and raring to go. Our first stop will be my vassal, Satrap Ab's castle over in Zoranj. I look forward to visiting her and seeing my realm, one holding at a time. I'm certain that the Zunbil Shadam subjects will speak of my benevolence for a long time to come. Can't wait. Just for that, just gained this fame early on, so Hopefully this activity will guarantee me to make me become illustrious. If things go well on our travels and as my entourage comes to a halt at the gates of Saraj, the call is made for Satrap of Kunduz to receive me, but after that time is more than generous. Not even a lowly servant appears to greet me. The call is made many times before, but received no answer save for the chirps of wild birds and the whistle of gentle winds. It's become clear that I've been turned away at the gates. The miserable satrap has in doing so insulted the crown. Because you're shy. Okay, that's a good excuse. Delicate and weak. You see, as a vengeful person, I would normally do that. But that's tyranny. Plus, have we had any issues with the satrap in the past? Nowhere. Infirm. This insult will not be soon forgotten. Will soon not be forgotten. Word is reached that the plans are interrupted. It's no longer possible for me to pay the rural visit to him. Peasant uprising recently. Okay, I guess we're skipping over there as well. Damn it! This keeps happening. Just started over there for you, isn't it? Because of your issues over there. Get it, Trita? A fine day like this, the weather is nice. The pastures of Farad look great, and the local livestock are positively jumping and cheering their own guttural manner. Cows are walking next to their mothers that are shiny and clean. Overall, the place is very competently run, though I do notice a couple of oddities that are managed a bit differently. A local matriarch approached me. Fine morning to you, my lord. Are these Peters not a sight to behold? I could apply some of this back home. 90% chance that the advice is successfully implemented for improved pastures for 15 years. And you got it. Take care of your realm, why don't you? What we say in passing. So now we're just taking the scenic route across the desert. Coruscant is. As we wind along the outskirts of Dalmashan, I see a trail of caravan camels in the distance, and we soon meet with our strange leader. Good evening to you, worthy friend. Come in, come in. I promise you what I have in my soul, like Horasan himself. Horasan are more than what seems, she says, showcasing shiny trinkets before my eyes. Preservative box. Ah. Let me see. Maybe we can make a deal. 53% chance that I become the owner of the cheaper, or 46% that I would have to spend more. I successfully haggled. Alright. That's for keeps. Bank! This happens sometimes. Silk Road trade. 50-50. Because because my diplomacy has been high lately, and stewardship, there's room to be improved. So now it's 20 gold or nothing. 50-50. Let's gamble. Got it! This is the amount of gold that could have been spent had the deal gone wrong for the preservative box. Let it expire. They served us well during a defensive war for Chagania. We have passed through the Citadel of Alexander, which, as a reminder, known locally as the Ethnicities. This sprawling citadel was built by the legendary Alexander the Great himself, overlooking the ancient fertile valley of the Hari River. This citadel, like its namesake, is truly a force to be reckoned with. Look at that fort level. It's about as, well, Bukhara, up there in Sogdia, the Sogdian capital, is more fortified than this. Beware the highwaymen. My procession continues down our planned route to Balk when we suddenly came to an abrupt stop on Bog's command. Stop, you fools! It is said that the road is infested with bandits and scoundrels of low character. We must divert. The route he proposes is longer, but he assures me it's safer. Let's take the safe route. As we check through Karuk, our caravan has stopped at a clearing bordered by Spanish shrub. We proceed toward a commotion, only to find Chat and Gayapo having an irate room. Come on, Gayapo. I was trying to pass the time, get to know each other a bit. You barely acknowledged my existence this entire journey, she exclaims loudly with a somber look on her face. Gayapo shakes his discomfort seemingly with the turn here and bolt back to Zemindua. I'm a man of diplomacy, so you two can make amends. 99% chance that they'll settle their differences. I'll be an entourage mediator. That's good for diplomacy lifestyle. Gain a little bit of fame and prestige, and more lifestyle experience. Which I'm trying to get it up more. Nothing's happening in Balk, I hope. No, Rome is stable, except it's got a bit of a control issue. Getting all that money back. Especially we're trying to bring control to the mines region. Not again! What now? Paranoid, that's why. So will not be forgotten. You too. Now, I'm sure you're more amenable. Gregarious, he'll likely accept. Don't go anywhere, I'm coming. Cultural festival in Chaganian. The streets of Chaganian are richly decorated for my revel. My vassal, Giamut, dutifully waits me. I can't say I'm not intrigued by the customs of this land and what Giamut has to offer me, and in exchange I shall show these people the extent of my magnificence. Let's start. We'll get up to tier 2s pretty soon. One sec. Get this. You know, befriend is also good, but I want to get down to forced vassalage. Start from there. And it would also be very good to have title creation costs reduced. Knowing that money is going to be spent on not just usurping titles, which their amount will remain the same, but creating new titles when we expand the realm more. In places like Sogdia. A group of locals has taken the stage of what seems to be the longest, blandest sermon I've ever heard. I try to keep my eyes open. But soon pause at the corner of the street and look a bit too comfortable, a bit too tempting. I must stay awake. Time for a tribute. You gave in. Thank you. Hutton for good invites me to join a military parade. She assures me that Vodimut watched over the preparations to give me the best parade that the Battalion of Chaganian could offer. As she speaks, a few soldiers spar of each other. It seems it's all that we'll see today, which is a pity, because it bored me already. I would rather watch a horse eat grass than spend a minute longer watching this. Not sure how Jim Mutt thought it was a good idea. Well, actually, I could learn a thing or two from him. Control growth increase. That is better. Plus, this will make the acceptance between us and the Sogdians increase a little further. I'm not planning on hybridizing the culture with them because we are technically a hybrid culture ourselves. So now we're on our way up to the Pamirs. Let's take a little detour. While traveling on a rolling horseboat, we discovered to our horror that a number of our food supplies had gone bad. It appears earlier in our trip, the food got mixed with a lot of water by accident, and now it's rather moldy. There aren't enemy settlements nearby, so we need to forage and hunt some food to hold us over, though this will waste time. On the other hand, we could tough it out, ration out what food we still have, and hurry to the nearest settlements. Most of us are Turco-Hephtalites. We can handle this. We'll put up with the smaller rations for now. We are tough people. But we gotta get to the next destination, as the winter's gonna be long. What's the control? 94, that's good. Start working on Wakan. This needs to get controlled. Hopefully you'll let us in so we can stay out here for the winter. Stay in here for the winter. My arrival at Sadar Azian's castle in Mujan is marked with fanfare befitting the Shah of the realm, and locals are cleared awed by the grandeur and pomp of my escort. Sharing the rooms of this miserable bastard is disgusting necessity. Hopefully it'll be over quickly. Azian outlines the plan toward ensures that Mujan is so fair and final land. Merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Only time will tell. We shall see. Called you an ugly bastard even though you're a scholar and architect. You're the grand old man of the mountains. The grand old man of the roof of the world. Who is married to a fellow Courtiers who is a lunatic. Great. Tier 3, that's very good. My cat's health decline. It's fine. 15 years. Still going strong. What ground is there to tour? It's nothing but mountains, and it's snowy out there. All I'm doing here is to you know, give them development and popular liege. All these good benefits. That's why it's not been popping up lately. Mustering grounds, thank goodness. Before we part, I've always wanted to have that because I needed to increase the size of the men-at-arms regiments as well as the maximum number of it so we can get another different men-at-arms regiment. You know what? One more. Get city planning so we have the ability to build cities and temples, which is something that is sorely lacking in some areas. Now, time for a tribute. During the tour, I unlocked the conversation with my vassal Azian about Zun's divine plan for humanity, when he's interrupted by one of his courtiers. The lowly courtier spoke completely out of turn. Zada Azian of Mujan strangely did not chastise him, allowed him to speak directly to me. Though what he has to say is quite interesting. This break of social etiquette caught me off guard. Just this once, I will listen. Wandering the countryside of Mujan, I happened across what seems to be the gathering of peasants in a small hamlet. They're covered by their proud owners, plump and healthy livestock graze, looking good enough to take a bite out of what about as right as they are. And the peasants occasionally bring their goods to be judged, analyzing their size and health. The city are holding some sort of festival. As soon as I've noticed, they're eager to show me the fruits of their labor. How wonderful. I'll judge the contest. Not too concerned about money. I'll get them by other means. And you dare to defy me? You're gonna have issues with me, old man. Because, to be honest, that issue over there, regarding the land of Kafirs, needs to be dealt with. So I'm willing to get rid of you. It was a mistake for putting you there. That's what we're gonna do after this whole thing is over. This grand tour. That we're gonna start dealing with internal matters, as we're in no mood to expand further as of the moment. Get rid of unruly vassals. Because I'm trying to lower the vassal limit. And subsequently, tell her to manage the domain for me. We should make it to tier 4. 50-50. Got it! Alright, I received a welcome worthy of a shot. The gates of Kamdana Vaham's castle in Shugnan. There is little doubt that the splendor of my train made a great impression. Accepting hospitality from this hysterical boar is enough to destroy my appetite. There better be some Samagade. Vaham explains that the planned evening banquet promising entertainments and miracles on offer will near the standards of Mount Court dinners. Kamdana Vaham shows me That is only the finest food he has to offer. Let's begin. We'll get 1,000 prestige after this, as well as more renown. And also have this. I emerge from my slumber after another peaceful night staying with Kandana. As I regain my consciousness, I feel something heavy beside me that wasn't there before. I feel a familiar touch of a woman gliding her finger inquisitively across my breast. This gift is certainly unexpected, but is it really a pleasant thing to wake up to? Oh hell. Do I really want to? Get out of my sight. He's terrified of me, but his opinion will improve. And if he doesn't pay me, we're gonna have issues. And I'm in no mood of committing adultery. It is morning, and I emerge reluctantly to the waking world as the morning sun suddenly pierces my vision. I see his servant shuffling awkwardly around my room. Unsteady, sets my breakfast down beside me. I ask what troubles him. Even such minimal provocation, he begins to vomit words forth. Oh, my wise and kind Shah, these walls talk. Oh, what terrible things they say. I know so much, too much I think some days. Kamdanavaham would never forgive me, I told you. I just can't keep these secrets in my head anymore. You should just keep your mouth shut. Do this for once, just do it for the prestige, for the fame. But unfortunately, it may not look like it'll be enough, so it'll take a lot more than that. But I think dealing with eternal matters might gain me some fame. It's been a long and wondrous evening of revelry and merriment. Many a goblet of rock has been shared between me and my good host, Kamdanavaham. However, it would seem that Kamdanavaham has been trying to drink more than me, always filling his own goblet a little higher than mine. This is some sort of implicit challenge. Perhaps I ought to set some stakes here. 100% chance of success that I grow closer to getting a hook on him, and as well as making a grand tour more of a jest. You underestimate my prowess, my friend. Won the drinking contest. Time for a tribute. We had a good time. And I guess he caved. That's good. Now we'll do one little trip, and we should be out of the mountains before winter comes. Avoiding a harsh midday sun, we made a temporary camp inside a particular very damp cave. Did you hear that, my Shah? Bog seems ill at ease with our dark shelter. As I turn around and suddenly face to face with a young girl who must have somehow walked right past Bog. The startled child immediately vanishes deeper into the caves. Follow that child! Investigating the caves will bring danger or reveal their secrets. 100% chance that I find a child, that I would follow it, and uncover underground secrets. We delve deeper and deeper under the earth, leaving the bright, sunlit landscape behind it for increasingly damp, dark tunnels. As I finally catch up with the girl, I'm distracted by a splendorous sight. An ancient system of underground canals extends as far as the eye can see. Welcome, Shah, to my very own palace. It is likely to dwarf even yours. She looks at me defiantly, clearly dismayed I managed to follow her all the way down here. This Pamiri girl apparently lives underground. Known to be bossy and nothing else. As Since I have high prowess, so let us dive for the treasure hidden under these waters. So, 71% chance that I find an old artifact, and a little bit of prestige. 20% chance that I almost drown in stale water. But I would still lose stress even though I don't have none, because I'm a brave man. What do we got here? Only thing I caught was shivers. Ugh. Look, it's just a bit of mold for the next 5 years. It's just stress. Anyways, turn around. Do no more is necessary. I made a concoction from buckthorn and senna. First thought the potion was effectual, but later the same day felt the churning in my bowels which set me running for the privy. As I howled in my anguish, Ab assured me that the foulness was expelled with my feces. In the end, the cleansing turned out to be just what I needed. For now, the worst of my symptoms are alleviated, and the world seems a little brighter. Excellent work. Yeah. Went to the Ruby Mining Summit. Now get out of these mountains before it's winter. Even though it'll be winter up there. I know what I'm going to do with all this money once I get back home. Gotta do anything means to get more fame. And now, another dynasty legacy relating to brilliance. Ancient authority. Can enact the Mughal status tax decree. Bestow royal favor, council task effectiveness, plus 20%. And can recruit Aswara as men-at-arms. Excuse me. It is a archer cavalry, horse archers if you will. It counters against skirmishers and heavy infantry. They are much more effective in plains, drylands, and desert mountains. Not so good in hills. Definitely no good in mountains or wetlands. And not so good when it's wintertime. Way more expensive to maintain. And so in the far future, we'll get Splendor Reborn to embellish capital decision. That's got to be in the far future. Already winter up there, but winter has not reached down here. We approach the hamlet where a forlorn man stands shackled on the gallows, with throwing gunners with Shah! It's the Shah! A peasant stumbles through the crowd, crying, "Please, my husband is innocent." These fiends put their sins at each other's feet. At others' feet. They pull her wailing. "No! Adak Shah!" Dragged down the street. The official bows. "Sorry, my lord. Ignore her. Man is guilty. Don't worry about that." Carry on. I don't have the intrigue for that. Plus, I'm trying to get back home. Can you treat him? Yes, you can. Now winter started. Hurry up. We got about 3 months. It's the whole winter. Traveling in winter is not recommended, you know. Here we go, 50-50 again. Lucky! Good timing. Many aspiring preachers travel every day to high shaman's Ab's temple seeking guidance from this esteemed priest. Ab's has become famous for her unwavering resolve and fearlessness. Whether it's about hunting down a wild beast or face heretics and blasphemers, Ab is always ready to eager and charge her enemies head on. How commendable. Hunting. Ah, hunting. We should consider hunting as a way of trying to get more fame. And I have the prowess to do so, yes. One foot after another, I slowly moved forward on the narrow mountain trail. I hear a rumble and quickly sound a scream. Shocked by the commotion, I whip around. Instead of Vegeta Simha walking behind me, there's only an equally befuddled, tired face of Ab, my shaman physician, standing in front of the freshly turned rocks. Where's Vegeta Simha? First, my voice escaped my drama. My only response is a faint whistle in the wind. Who's that man, by the way? Just some courtier that I don't really give a damn about. He may be a nice and honest and zealous Buddhist. He'll be in our prayers. He fell off the mountain trail. Sorry. He was a nice man. Barely know him. My Antiquarian, better approach trade. Holding Farooq's electrical smiths in his hands. My liege, while I was cleaning up the storeroom, I noticed that the regalia is so old that it's practically falling apart. What should we do with it? I look at the regalia. While no amount of mending could ever make it wearable again, it would be possible to clean up and preserve the display only at a marginal cost. This has given me good learning, which is needed. You know, make it a worthwhile endeavor. It is now a pedestal item. Cannot repurpose it. Wow, this court is empty because we took everybody over in our travels. Well, put it here. Whoa there. The house banners. Repair those. They're important. Almost home. Alright. Gained a lot of fame for that. The vassal limit has increased for the next 20 years, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. So at least you know what to do now. If you get that additional of completing this. Glad you all see things my way, even though some of you did not invite me into your place, which means we plan on getting rid of you, all of you. Despite our best efforts, we could have had more fame had they let me in to do more prestigious things, but it is not to be. I was about to say, what the heck is a Chenier Festival? Well, we could do one here instead of, you know, up there, which is where it typically occurs. But it's not the appropriate month of the season, so that's gonna have to wait. Ah yes, the Side Festival. We never done this before. In this playthrough at least. It's a wonder how that my vassal keeps expanding. keep going that way. Because we'll be reaching the Caspian coast very soon. Even have a presence in Khwarezmia. These two areas, something we're trying to deal with. Our income is good. You know, it's in the middle of the winter still, which you could do that in either November, December, January. After Sada Festival, we should hold the Chanier Festival for the first time. So 2 first times here. So, when the cold of winter sweeps across the land, it's time for the Sada Festival, a traditional winter celebration across the Iranian world. Which you have to be either of Arya, Iranian cultural pillar, Zoroastrian, the land is of Iranian heritage, or even if it's Zoroastrian. But we're Turco-Hephtalites and we are linked with the Iranian culture, so this works for us. Plus, more prestige. So now for historical context. Sadeh is the traditional Iranian winter festival that takes place 50 days before Nowruz. During the medieval period, it was enthusiastically celebrated by both Muslims and Zoroastrians alike in Iran, including several monarchs. The kindling of large bonfires forms the core component of the festivities, including, at least in medieval times, the odd practice of driving beasts and birds into the flames to set them on fire. At any rate, early Islamic texts ascribed to the establishment of Sadeh to Epicure Hushang, who discovered fire by accident and thereafter wished to commemorate this boon. We don't have the title Yezd, and you are not Zoroastrian, so wonder what kind of flavor text they have that if you were in Chakchak, which is over in Yezd. Over there. I'm sure in the far future I will do a Zoroastrian playthrough of sorts. So, modest celebration where the court will host a modest average Sada festival and gain additional 50 on top of the other boons you get through other events. So Sada is an important and festive time of year, but we should be careful not to go overboard and be frugal when celebrating. Well, it should be a grand celebration. The court will expend more resources for this year's Sada festival, and gain an additional 150 prestige on top of the other boons you get through other events. Sada is the coldest time of the year. To drive away evil and darkness, this occasion has to be really festive. And I've traveled through cold. No cost. So, there's this thing, but you have to be Zoroastrian. As I am king rank, gain a small amount of grandeur. But let's do poetry. I want to be inspired to write poetry during Saturday. I'm guaranteed to get an event about poetry and gain benefits from it. And will also gain prestige and piety from this event. Normally I would not. It's pretty straightforward. Let's start. Take 36 days. It'll be about a month. How now? 33. I haven't had children yet. Will be willing to seduce, but deal trusting dislikes vengeful. It's 50-50. Give it a chance. Time has come to let my feelings towards Nepsha Madi to be known. I want her to remember this day for the rest of her life. First by winning a sparring match, as I'm a man with high prowess. I recruit one of my most senior soldiers and practice with him for 3 days straight. Once he deems me ready, we head together to the main courtyard. As we begin to spar, a crowd gathers, and their cheers soon draw none other than the modest Benebshin. The soldier fights valiantly, but I disarm with a final flawless thrust. I kneel before Madita and declare my noble intentions. I dedicate this victory to you, Madita. Pray your honor is my only desire. My sweetheart is speechless, but clearly flattered. Why else would she be smiling thusly? I won't resist my charms for long. Hope for the best. Factions are getting disbanded. Winter has returned, and there's a chill in the air. This year I wish to celebrate a great Sadeh festival, as our predecessors in Iran have done for generations upon generations. On the coldest day of the year, 50 days before Nowruz, we will observe Sadeh with the lighting of bonfires. We should start preparing for this year's celebration. Graves have been hosting several weeks. That's good. I'm blessed to have such grateful servants. You know what? Make a change. Stop the domestic affairs and go towards foreign affairs for more prestige and gain. It is almost the night of the Sadeh festival. Though it may be the coldest time of the year, we find warmth in each other, and warmth in the fires we make. Across the Iranian world, bonfires are being lit up in every town and village, near and far. May we find joy in each other who want to return for the return of spring. It's finally here. Let's begin. That's the coldest night of winter. Sadeh has often inspired many people to compose poems to describe the glory of fire. I just listened to 3 commoners recite their Sadeh-inspired poetry. One poem compares a bonfire to an exquisite flower, or tree, or an entire garden blossoming in a winter landscape. The second poem describes the occasion as a conflict between the forces of Zun and darkness. The last poem tells the origins of Sadeh as celebrations of how mythological Iranian heroes of ancient times, like Hushang, slew fearsome monsters like dragons. Which one do I think the best? The epic poem about valiant old heroes. Yes, I'd like to hear about that. These days, many kings and lords across the Iranian plateau have practiced the custom of lighting birds and animals on fire during Sadeh. That is, these wild beasts would be driven into the fire, and the spectators would eat and drink and be merry as they observed the commotion, preferably from a safe distance. Pious scholars and holy people of all religions, including that of Islam and Zoroastrianism, have condemned the practice as cruel and contrary to the faith's teachings. However, it could be a lot of fun. If we did it, should I order such a spectacle be carried out this year? Come now, why can't we have some fun? Let's see some animals burn. And I don't mean my animals. Leave them alone. 50 prestige for this. And we have no head of faith. We don't need one. So, old Zunists and some people, Buddhists and others, depending on their personalities, I guess, would say that otherwise. Now, for context, during the medieval period, sources such as the great 11th century scholar Al-Biruni mention how animals were essentially lit on fire as part of the Sadeh celebrations. Some, like al-Biruni, condemned it as cruel and un-Islamic, and his Zoroastrian counterparts seemed to share his viewpoint. Still, it appears to have been a popular custom among the Iranian kings of the era. It is possible this practice was not only pre-Islamic, but of non-Zoroastrian origin as well, though if so, its original purpose is unknown. There are many conflicting stories about when Sadeh first came about. One story I've heard is that it was celebrated after an incident when the ancient hero of Iranian myth, Hoshang, was fighting a dragon. He tried to throw a stone at it, but he missed. However, the stone struck another stone, and as it both happened to be flint, this started a fire. Hoshang recognized that this was the doing of Zun, who revealed to him a secret of fire, and he wanted to celebrate this momentous occasion. Thus Sadeh was born. This is our own version of Sadeh. It's just they changed the high god name from, say, either Allah or Ahura Mazda, and then since we're Zunists, they switch it to Zun. And if it were Buddhist, then it would say Brahma did it, or Siddhartha. Unless you're an Afghan Hindu, then it would be, well, since they're mainly Shivites, it would be Shiva. Unless, I mean, you'll get it, so on and so forth. Anyways. I'm unsure if it happened like that, but it's a nice story. As I stand near a fire, I reflect how Sadeh is usually about 50 days before Nowruz, the new year. I can't wait for the new year to begin. Of course, it seems so far away. The night is cold, and who knows what the next springtime will bring. I huddle closer to the fire. Mind the dates, though. Georgian Armenian culture. And with that, Sadeh comes to a close. Everyone had a great time, and the bonfires we lit all over certainly helped keep warm in the coldest time of the year. Sooner than later, springtime will be upon us. Alas, such occasion only comes once a year, so we must wrap things up for now. Until then, well, we look forward to the next Sadeh. Until next time. It was a fun and relaxing experience, it was. Alright. More than halfway after doing that. It would be wise to do a grand tournament. That would be a great way to get more prestige if I were competing in games. I may do so. Well, it looks like you're the man for the job, even though I don't like you. Let's think about that. Obviously here. Give me something for foot. Wrestling and duel. I'd be willing to participate. Oof. How much that costs? It costs a damn fortune with this. But your monthly income is very good. Plus there'll be people coming in and they'll pay their little gold to you know, so wrestling and duel. Be willing. I can pay. Let's keep fine prizes and have luxurious encampments that certain negative traits are less likely to fire. So disregard the idea of the Chinia Festival. Probably will not give me as much fame as this one. So, plus it takes a few months before it starts. Let's go to it. And plus, I want to increase my skill for this. It may not be much, but I'll be well on my way to get to level 3, which I would love to have more knights, and as well as size of men-at-arms regiments to increase even further. Because I think we do have the income to maintain a larger men-at-arms regiments now. But we need to start making money again for the time being. The tournament is at hand at last. Many have flocked to my grounds in Zunbil, eager to prove their worth or to simply enjoy the spectacle. The sun rises higher in the sky, and the shadows shorten. If I am to compete in a wrestling contest, I must ensure I will qualify. It will soon begin. No time to lose. There you go, pay up, because I need to make some money back. With countless lords and knights gathered in one place, constant bickering is small wonder, as old disputes reignite vanity, and vanity stokes friction. Listen here, you slippery sycophant, Ferod snarls, as Ethnicities figures his sword grip menacingly. Usually these petty shows of bravado end with a black eye at worst, but this fearsome quarrel threatens to tar the whole event. No one can say who started it. This is diviner, physician, the other courtier of Satrabab. Come, do not embarrass your host. I say that because I have high diplomacy. 45% chance the duel goes ahead, injuring both of them. 54% chance that the duelists back down, and I will be the peacekeeper here. They won the duel. Spent prestige for that. I heard that. I'd be surprised if Washava doesn't sweep the floor with the other contestants I hear as I walk around the camp. A group of visitors are eating around a pot. I spot the very Washava sitting. You exaggerate, my friend. He says he nods in acknowledgement. I lock eyes with him, give him a stumbled nod. If you excuse me, mutters, getting up. Is there something the Lord wants to discuss? Winning won't make you any friends. 50% chance. He listens to me. Good man. My knights stand assembled for the day's training. Their tents laden with kit. Shah and myself stand before all. Knights, what do you not know? Ask humbly to be taught. Just Shah. Together we represent the Shah. Let us together prepare for our glories. Turns to me, eyes gleaming. Command us. To your saddles. Draw your swords. We shall temper might and reflexes on horseback and on foot, so our scores will increase. I don't need to go overboard since you have a very high. I have a very high prowess. Plus, it would be nice to get a little more experience afoot. A little bit of horse would be fine. Actually, let's visit the village. Music can be heard from the fields surrounding the village. Following it, I came to its origin. The heavy garlanded square, flutes and tambourines, and all manners of instruments of balladry. Men and women dance rounds through every part of the square. Now their hands join together, and now they begin to sing, and now they spin and spin and spin. An Asturian from all the way over here, all the way over there, they come here. I must not deviate from the training. This is serious business. Gained more experience for a horse. Alright. Arrayed around the sand, shirtless contestants warm up and bounce as the herald announces the contest commencement. Some competitors rub dirt on themselves, others up for wells, all looking for a scant advantage in the coming bouts. Wrestling qualifiers that come to an end, and its crew will be put forward for the quarterfinals of stance. The varied pitches of volumes the crowd cheers leaves no questions to favorites. For my first bout, I'm paired against my fellow contestant, Amir Ahmad of a peasant revolt. A peasant revolt in Zamindawar? There is no peasant revolt. This is me, this is him. Wait. He's killed a man before. But that was years ago. I am ready. I vowed to myself I would win a contest in this tournament. I can't help but consider a less fair approach to securing a prize for the rest of the competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same, if they only had the idea. Who knows? Maybe they already have. This is no way to win. Let's be fair here. As I disengage from a brief clinch with Ahmad, I catch her by surprise and grab her by the neck. Completely unprepared, Ahmad's neck audibly cracks from the impact, the force causing him to scream in panic. The crowd erupts, but the raucous cheers quickly died down. The whispered confusion I loosened my grasp. The moment my arm had made contact, a sickening pop signaled that all was not well, and a pain juddering through my finger confirmed some manner of dislocation. Ahmad is still gathering themselves. Very quickly, perhaps. God, dislocated finger, that's no good. If I favor my other hand, I might be still able to win this. The crowd bathes for blood as I staggered forward to confront my opponent again. I cover away the red rivulet from my forehead and consider the fight so far. Music about when my finger popped out of its socket. I am winning. I just need to hang on for victory. Ooh. Come. Let us lock up as warriors, combining my high prowess and my high diplomacy. 73% chance that my score increases moderately, 10 nothing, 15 decrease moderately. A hand on their shoulder, a death trip and an almighty heave. We crash to the floor. All sound is labored breathing, and farther away the roar of the crowd. I scramble on top of my adversary, straining to press home my advantage. Moments later, I catch Ahmad off guard. I make my move, pinning him soundly, holding him tightly in place as he struggles in vain to escape. The judges call in. I have won. Victory! The bout between Kanarang and Washawa has been decided. It was closely fought, but in the end, Kanarang decisively knocked Washawa to the ground. Kanarang is through the semifinal. Not my favorite night, is to be said. 2 more guests arrive. More prestige for me. The wrestling quarterfinals are now over. The herald booms, Shah Katana of Zunbil, Eoman, Nubek, and Kanarang reach the semifinal. My next bout will be against my fellow contestant, Kanarang. Who is he? Whoa. He's an obese man. But don't let him fool you. Sure, obesity is a severe health penalty, as he is indeed gluttonous. And a lustful man. What to think about him is, we're Turco-Hephthalite, makes little difference, especially that he's still in his prime years at the age 27. He's got 21. And I have recently dislocated my finger from the wrestling. I can do this, I hope. He's a big man. My body thuds into the wooden wall at the edge of the arena. Kanarang having bodily hurled me with a snarl. No sooner is done than Kanarang's face morphs into a smug smile. And to my astonishment, he turns away from me completely. Raising his arms to the baying crowd, he curls his arms up and flexes the invitation of a traveling strongman. The cheers from the crowd redouble. Those fickle peasants are eating it up. This is what a real man looks like. I flex for the crowd because I have the strong trait. You may be strong yourself, but I'm just as stronger. So come, let us lock up as warriors. A hand on their shoulder and the death trip and almighty heave, and a great crash to the floor. All sounds laboured breathing and farther away to roar to the crowd. The scroll on top of my adversary, straining to press home my advantage. Moments later, I catch Kanarang off guard. I make my move, pinning him soundly, holding him tightly in place. He struggles vainly. Judges call in, and I have won. Victory. You may be big and strong, but I'm stronger, and I'm the Sun Strider. Remember the name, Katana, the Sun Strider. A bout between Eoman and Nobek's been decided. It was closely fought, but in the end, Eoman threw Nobek from the ring in the great cloud of dust. Eoman is through the final. Fine contest. The wrestling semifinals are over. Heraldrooms Shao Katana Zunbil and Eoman have reached the final. I've reached the final bout, and Eoman is all that it stands between me and victory. He looks like small fry, but he's a aspiring blade master. He's traveled. He's my courtier for a while. Reduced travel rations. Yeah, that happened to all of us. That would be unfair. So come on. You got what it takes. The crowd bays for as I stagger forward to confront my opponent again. I cover away the red from my forehead and consider the fight so far. It means about to use dirt to blind my opponent. Lock up as warriors. A hand on the shoulder and the death trip of Mohammed. We crash to the floor. All sound is labored breathing, and I'm farther away to roar to the crowd. I scroll on top of my adversary, straining to press home my advantage. Moments later, I catch Eoman off guard. I don't waste the opportunity. Grabbing his about the waist and throwing him with all might towards the edges where he sprawls out of the ring. The judges called it in, and I have won. Victory! Trumpets sound, the crowd clamors, competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over, and someone's moment in the sun is being readied. Herald steps forward, voice booming out across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all some truly spirited competition, Shah Katana beat Eoman in the final. Katana is our winner. Truly there are none in Kabulistan that can match my skill. I've proven my worthiness beyond doubt. So that's 75 prestige, 50 gold for the winnings. as I'm an accomplished grappler, which gives me a huge health boost. Medium health boost for everyone who competed as wrestlers, and you win second place prize. No doubt drawn to my tournaments by the promise of glory and surfeit of adversaries, a foreign knight has declared a passage of arms in Immersion. He calls himself Courtiers, and claims to hail from the distant Al-Basra lands. Any knight who wishes to pass this camp must break lances with him, or else forfeit their pride. To be treated thusly by a foreign adventurer is sure to anger the Kabulistan and nobility. A true knight. Such an inspiration. Said come from Al-Basra. Descendants of the Zanj, I guess. Legendary Blade Master. Wow. Come in, come in. The moment I walked into the camp, I'm greeted by a pungent smell. Covering my nose with as much grace as I can while trying not to get sick, I approached by Adgazak, holding a handkerchief over his own nose. You should go away, my lord. Contestants are getting ill, harmed by bad air. There must be some explanation to it. Find it. Unsuccessful. Finally. Fate smiles upon me, my wife, and my child. Can I wait to hold a baby in my arms? 28 years old and I finally got my wife pregnant. I recall the previous tournament's victory. The tourney grounds are bustling with preparation. The pages run around carrying pieces of armor to make them look like tiny scarecrows. Wait, one of them yells, pick it up. I hear familiar giggle from the tribunes. I see Benebsher Mardita, surrounded by other women who cover their mouths in handkerchiefs. She doesn't wave at me. She doesn't need to. Coming for some exercise? Novak walks past me, raising his chin. You'll need it. Since I'm a man who's vengeful, I'll say, aha! A perfect chance to intimidate that pesky Novak. He is intimidated by me. That's all I can do here. Contestants march onto the field, taking their places around a sparring quad. As the herald announces the contest commencement, a squared-off ring is being looked over in the background, rattled and shaken to ensure no one gives should a contestant crash to it. The dual qualifiers are coming to an end, and it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals of the stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave us no questions to the favorites. For my first bout, I have been paired against my fellow contestant, Mahak Sogdin. I'm ready. A screeching course of metal on metal rings out as two blades scrape down each other's lengths. Sparks glittering as they fall to the ground. Look for advantages. Thinking back to when I'm winning this fight by some margin. I just need to hold it together for a few moments more. And we advance upon each other once more. We're both battered, both tired, and there can only be one winner. What? Are you scared? The erroneous blow rings out as my weapon glances off a helmet. My opponent staggering backwards in a daze. I fall out quickly. A swipe feint left, a hammering blow right. I advance as my adversary backpedals desperately. my sword barely being deflected by the barrister margins. I sense a wind, and rush to clear before Mahak recovers. I catch the strong of his blade with the last string of blows, breaking his grip and sending the weapon spinning it to the dirt. Judge is called in. I have won. Got him. A bout between Washava and Mazalban Bob has been decided. Both contestants made good showings of their skills, but ultimately Washava disarmed Bob and forced him to concede. He's to the semi-final. Don't mess with the Combability Knights. I negotiate with Immersion, getting me some diplomacy. Shah Katano, Zunbil, Ailman, Washava, and Kanarang have reached the semi-finals. My next battle is against my knight, Washava, but he has conceded. What? Oh, come on, be a man, will you? Dude, his resignation. Okay then. But actually, I'm still fighting him. The heck? So I conceded, but I say no. The bout between Aoman and it was closely fought, but in the end, the sound company forced him to concede. Stood the final. Apparently I was wounded. What the heck was that about? So, it's between me and Aoman. You again, huh? So, knocked Kanarang out. Didn't have to face the big man. I can do this. What, are you scared? Same description as it was. I sense a wind rush to clear before Iron recovers. Litters under my furring blows, barely keep informed of his guards until he steps away, yielding. The judge is called in, and I have won. Tribes and sound, the crowd clamors, competitors begin to assemble. Contest is over, and someone's moment in the sun is being readied. Harold steps forward, voice booming out across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, above all, some truly spirited competition. Shah Katana beat Dioman again in the final. Katana is our winner, again. Truly, there are no combatants that could match my skill. I prove my worthiness beyond doubt. Gifted duelist. Further up the prowess due to level of fame for these next 5 years. Gain prestige and as well as my winnings. Attention all who wander here. Harold's voice cuts through the crowd's milling about turning more than a few to his listeners. Let it be known that entering the field now is Harold slightly scattered the crowd for names for favor. Is my good lady, my good lord. Harold's hands unclenched spasmodically. The panic at forgetting the name of the Sahang is being introduced as clear as day. The sad Sahang fatted approaches the coiling cry with the face of thunder. Yeah, I forgot his name. I forgot his damn name. The sun comes down on the final day of the tournament, and massed crowds begin to disperse. I find myself ruminating over the results. I was an indomitable opponent and took first place in the wrestling. My superiority with the blade had me take home the prize in the duel. I fulfilled my goal of winning the contest and look forward to the next one, if we have a lot of money for it. So I want a prize bush. This elegant brooch of very fine craftsmanship. It consists of sapphire cabochon, as adorned with small pieces of sapphire, offered and claimed by Shah Katana as the prize in his duel contest. I become the owner of this bowl, an ornate bowl of very fine craftsmanship. It's made of silver and engraved with motifs of inspirational quotes, offered and claimed by Katana. Gain more prestige and gain a lot of experience on foot, just short of reaching 3, but I do have the bow skill increased, which gives me a small health boost. Go it all the way and it'll make it even better. Damn, I should be doing this more. Perhaps a few words given that I'm a host. Words bring me some acclaim. There you go. Thank you very much. And we're still not even there. But do not fret. We don't have a master of the hunt, do we? Should go look for animals to hunt. That's what we should be doing next. And remember, there's people I want to get rid of. Yeah, as I said, I thought about getting rid of unruly vassals. Oh, look what you have done. Pull back, assemble the army in bulk, and then we'll get rid of this man. He has no allies. And the reason for that is, let me see. The land has nothing, but we gotta deal with this land of the Kafirs situation up there. Maybe that might gain me some prestige. Court artifact, not a equipment. How much money do you have? 16, not much. Alright, let's go get rid of them. Assemble the army and move up. During a moonlit stroll, I encounter my courtier, Karana, cradling a bundle the size of an infant, but looks can be deceiving. Odd sounds emanate from the wrappings, and Karana's face bears myriad stretches. This is not a child, my lord, but a monkey, he whispers, while collecting taxes for the shotgun. I accepted her in payment in little gold. He said that she belonged to a great eastern king who taught her to play chess. But thus she has fallen ill and has become somewhat aggressive. Hands me the bottom. Yet, surely under your care, she shall soon regain her health. A sick monkey? The heck? A monkey who can play chess. Wow. As long as I keep him. This character is tempted to nurse a sick monkey back to health. He just calls a shot to its teeth home. Normally I would try to get a little bit of super, but let's do something different here. A monkey who can play chess would surely be entertaining. Oh, I'm coming for you, my love. As far as I know, monkeys are the spawn of Gaiamat, the first man. Their bodily condition is similar to our own, and perhaps the spiritual condition too. Some, I've heard, can even talk. I should be able to cure this little one of her ailments. But the best method would be a concoction of herbs that is expensive to procure. The alternative would be a diet of salted fish and frankincense. She eyes the monkey's razor-like calls of great concern. Spare no expense. My daytime coming. I burst through the foliage to the clearing, blood being wildly streaming down my face. But the scene form is not what I expected. There's a stag, yes, it was on the ground, an arrow struck between his eyes. Marty lowers her bow, she turns his face. What is this about, Shakatana? Did you think me incapable of defending myself? I got lost. My priority was to get you pregnant, and we got that. No need for that. Nasir Khusraw's passed away recently? What happened? Oh, I mean, you do live in a land, but you have to be Muslim for that. And a character himself passed away. I knew he existed, but when did he pass? Monkey, 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 monkey. Play with the monkey, there it is. Stress reducing. Good to know. Manichaean peasants moved from Kashgar to Shugnan. Doing whatever it takes to gain fame, but perhaps a chance of a failure to imprison him. The more I study the noble statecraft, the more I realize how beneficial good relations my neighbors are. I ought to have one of them visit my court so I could show how good of a friend I could be. But who should I invite? Oh, jeez. I don't think you would want a lunatic about you. The great state of what's left of Khotan, the giant. Drunken toad, my goodness. You got a mixed bag. I'll take her. Where Nimala of Vijaya? I just saw her gain a trait. Now she's become infirm. You just can't win. The retinue will arrive at Zunbil in a few weeks' time. Some of my counselors believes the job is theirs to write by blood or influence on. How wrong they are. I expect results, and I'm often disappointed. After a long day, I'm playing to my day to win soon, Rossi. Let me do something about her husband. A few lessons might sharpen our wits. Can't blame her, she's already pregnant, so... Chancellor Allah could use a tutor. One more month, and then they'll be on the march. The perceptive... That sounds ironically. Where Nimala is finally here. Tonight we'll have a feast to welcome our foreign guests. My wife, Marty, has been hard at work with all the planning and preparations. She's asked me if I have any suggestions for final touches. She's a compassionate paragon. Very honorable, somewhat compassionate. Should be extravagant. More of everything. Progressed well. I would picture my throat for the arrival of Satrapa, who soon announced the national performance. She kneels a difference, says, Attendants bring forth her gifts of coin and precious objects. The oath is taken, and scribes record her pledges to serve the Zunbil Shadam. As Satrap App stands, she stumbles awkwardly. Her cord gasps in unison as she falls, ending sprawled at my feet, cheeks flushed with embarrassment. Delicate, weak. What a shambles. They should call you the Clumsy for that. You know, what are you gonna do about it? Committed embarrassing faux pas in front of her. Your wife's a fine woman, when says, while ponderously swirling a cup of spiced wine. Right, son of my dear. He was seated further down tip. My dear Shakatan, do I have your permission to arrange a private audience with Lady Madita? Nothing untoward, of course, just simple dinner in my chambers. Allow it, but secretly listen in. From within my hiding place in the hidden passage, I hear Winama's deceitful words loud and clear. She's trying to poison her mind against me, and it seems to be working. I'll let her think she stands a chance. Normally I would prison him, but no, there's someone else that's going to be appointed to prison. During our walk through the gardens, Winamala and I have paused to admire the view. The fashions, the colors I've seen. Few things as beautiful as this, Shakatan, says and gestures insightful. I feel as if I ought to say something kind in return. Perhaps something about her... I'll say her forgiving nature. My compliments well received. The deceitful Winamala in the retinue is about to depart from the job. Before the well steps her carriage, she clasps my hands and expresses gratitude to me and my most modest wife. Promised the forecomes. She thinks she played me, but I know what she did. Ducal conquest. We need to get this next. My horses, Nana and Charger, are rarely seen apart nowadays, even after the birth of their latest foal. However, their courtship seems to intensify once again as late. They're spending more and more time growing with each other, enjoying each other's company. Happy for them. Oh, my pet monkey died from illness. Ah, crud. Have a son. You want me to name after me? No, I've got something else in mind. I'll have to think. This is a son, mind you. I'll just keep clicking until something actually hits in my mind. Because these names, Turco-Hephthalite names, are very foreign. Yezdgurt. Sounds like Yezdgurt. Oromaz sounds like Ormaz, Oromazda, but we're not Zoroastrian. Spitamana. Spitamana. That sounds like Spitaminis, which is the Greek form of it. But Spitamana is the local Bactrian form of it. So Spitamana will be the name of the son of Katana. Horse is pregnant. The ocean waters rage and rage around me in my dream, a maddening array of raw force of nature's destruction, and I'm unraveled helplessly as I'm at nature's mercy. What is humanity but a speck of cosmos compared to this? You're insignificant to the cosmos. Humble yourself for once. No, thank you. Oh my goodness. Khan rang in a peasant revolt. Those bastards. Little Spitamana, my newborn son has been crying continuously for days on end. Since I entered the nursery, but nothing but silence greets me. The dread steals my breath away. As I run up to the sleepy child, I hear a quiet chirp and see two grey eyes blinking up at me. It's my cat's photograph, curled up beside the blessed sleeping baby. Oh, aren't you too precious? Horse gave birth. This no tiny silver fall. Give it a mythology name. Boreas, the ancient Greek god of the north wind, will be its name. But in actuality, it's Valentine. All right. Report to prison or else. Rebellion. May you live in harmony and content. That's what he says. Little resistance. This will be easy. He's the only one that's rebelling, and no one else is to join him. So good. I step out of my tent, sage camp falls up before me. The Ross is a fair bird, lap and leather, and roast chicken, and bonfire smoke, and foul breath, and horse maneuver, and blood, and death. That's a lot of ants. Flags flutter in the stiff northwestern breeze, the colors stark and bright against the dune sky. Here and there, the tents and makeshift shelters, men huddle over fires, their faces smudged and gleaming of rain. low retainer approaches and force it to just ages and we've got my bodyguards at Enrichment. The Monastery of Mujan stands before me, a slaughter pen. In the fields between, the dead and dying clutter the ground. Burned bodies lay at the ends of sharp steel, mangled beyond recognition. Perhaps deserving that mercy. Shocked survivors stumble around, phased by destruction and blood loss. I'm looking for direction. For once, spare it, because I'm going to have personal control over this for a while. And a prison wall. That's me. Pay up. Give it up, old man. No fame game over this. Gained a rival for that. And, can all go. You lose. Now you can languish. Now look, here's a reason why we did this, even though the controls really shot. This is the land of the Kafirs. And if you wanted to get controlled, this would take 16 years. But this needs to be dealt with immediately. You would have to be illustrious. Of course. Of freaking course. Now I'll tell you what. This is going to be the last decision we'll enact for this episode. Let us end this episode by funding construction of the Qanat. The Qanat are underground systems of canals that have been built across much of the Middle East for centuries to deliver reliable supply of water to locals. By funding construction, one can improve the locals' quality of life. My county capital will receive an amount of lasting 10 years. It will receive a corresponding character modifier and some prestige. If your culture has irrigation expertise, you will gain more prestige, and the county modifier will last 15 instead of 10. Straight of these bonuses depends on how much funding is provided. You have to have the Qanat's innovation. It has to be in the Middle East, Persia, North Africa, Sahara, Tarim, Iberia, or Sicily. Now for context. A Qanat, also known as Fagara in North Africa, Karez in Central Asia, Falaj in Oman, and many other names, is a system of underground water channels indigenous to the Iranian plateau that subsequently spread throughout much of the Middle East, North Africa, and Central Asia. For centuries, even today, they were used as a source of water in these regions, whether for drinking, irrigation, cooling, and so on. They can range in size from very small efforts initiated by a few peasants to grand public works projects funded by local elites. Let the construction begin. For centuries, the people of the Middle East and North Africa have built and utilized the Qanat waterways that channel water across great distances. It has become custom for people of status like myself to sponsor the construction of such public works projects. I decided to do just that. Once the Qanat is finished constructing, it will provide a reliable source of water to the community it is built in, whether for agriculture, drinking, washing, and something else. Now I have to consider how much funding I'm willing to provide for this endeavor, and how large the Qanat I wish to sponsor. Let's spend a lot. A grand Qanat. 300 prestige. And funded the construction of the Grand Qanat. This is a great benefit to us. And this is all we can do here. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we can end this episode right now. It has gone long. Because there could be no doubt in this next episode, we will finally do two things. One, consolidate Kafir tribes and reclaim the Hephthalite Heartland. No fooling around. You just sit there and do nothing. And let's actually pass a few more days till we reach the conversion of Badakhshan to Zunist. There you go. Now, get started with this. So now. And one day we'll deal with him too. It's like, yes, no criminal. No chance to succeed, so therefore rebellion. We may have to get rid of him next because in this next episode, the capital is going to move to Balkh. So basically tell him, make some room, because there's going to be a new resident in Balkh, which has much higher development there than it is here. Plus it's much more convenient. I'm down here. This is up here compared to the rest, closer to the Pamirs. So I find it more convenient. So yeah, moving day will be coming in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.